Goodness. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, I hope everybody's having a nice, wonderful weekend. I do know that there's a bunch of you that's covered up with snow. I believe Patricia's got a very large amount of snow up her way. I'm waiting for y'all to pop in. I did come on a couple minutes early because I know there's a lag time. So I'm just waiting for everybody to get here. I got a bunch of different odds and ends of things I want to show you this morning before we get started. We are going to work on our totally junk journal today. Hello, whoever's here. Like I said, I am a minute or two early. Oh, I forgot to share. I'll be right back. I want to share this over on Facebook. Oh, it's not going to let me. Okay, not a big deal. Oh dear. Okay, guys, it looks like I'm having an issue or some kind of problem. Give me just a minute to double check on some things. I don't know why I should be. Well, hello, whoever's here. Well, don't know, guys. I hope you can see me and I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear what's going on. I'm waiting until noontime to get started on things. For some reason, it's telling me I have an issue. So, if you'll give me just a hi, Melody. Okay, as long as you guys can see. Hi, Mindy. As long as you guys can see and hear me, okay. I'm glad because it's telling me my stream health is terrible. And I've checked everything. Everything is the way it normally is, so I don't know what's wrong. So, are you guys doing okay? Is it snowing up your way? Mindy, I'm guessing you're getting some. If you don't get it today, if you're not getting it now, you'll be getting it soon, won't you? Hi, Janet. I'm so glad you came. Melody, I'm not sure. I think you're in Wisconsin, aren't you? Just rain. Oh, you're in Arizona. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to sort of start just because otherwise I have Arkansas. Oh, Arkansas, Melody. Okay. Let's see. Arizona's AZ. I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, well, we've got sun right this minute. It's been really cloudy. I want to put in a product plug. I had put off getting this thing because, you know, it doesn't do a lot. But dang, it does it good. Snow is south of you? Okay. Well, I talked to my son Friday night. He's in Omaha, and he said it hadn't snowed there yet. But I'm guessing they're pretty covered. Anyways, guys, like I said, I hadn't gotten this thing because I thought, nah, it punches holes and it sets eyelets. And it does so in the middle of your book, which there's been times that would have been really nice. But I went ahead and got it after watching Lori Marie Jenkins use it. And dang, does it work really well. I know it's not an inexpensive thing, but it is something that over time I think I'll get a lot of use out of. So just a product plug. Hi Kendra. Janet, is it snowing with you where you're at? I mean, you're in the city, so, well, sort of the city. And Lisa's not here yet, so I'm going to wait just a minute, see if she pops in, because I want to show something. I want to do another plug. I put up a video for an Altoids. Hi, Elise. Yay. Anyways, January's challenge was to do an altered Altoid tin. You see where mine is. I've been trying to get Lori Marie's December challenge finished, so my Altoid tin has only gotten this far. Hello, Deborah. I mean, it's amazing to me that I can't get anything done the month of the challenge, but I hopefully will get this done this next week. Things got a little crazy last week, so and they've calmed down a bit. So okay, Melody's working on hers. Good. So there, I think it's Jocelyn, if I remember right. Jocelyn posted a couple that she's done in group, and dang, are they pretty. Hi, Mary. Hi, hi, hi. Mary, I'm glad you're feeling better. So, anyways, so I'm just putting a plug out there for you guys to think about doing a tin. And it doesn't have to be an Altoid tin. It could be any, I've got several different little metal tins. It just needs to be a little metal tin. And you can do anything you want to with it. Somebody else posted some really cute ideas. Deborah, was that you? It might have been. I'm not sure. I can't remember. My brain is kind of slushy. This was a thrift store find, and I don't usually buy a lot of things like this to cut up, but I knew that this lace, there's no way I could have gotten this lace for $3. So I bought this just to cut it up, which is terrible, but I was real pleased when I found it. It's just a beautiful color, very antique-y. So I'm going to be cutting that up, putting it in my altered book maybe. It was $2.99 plus tax, so $3.12 I think. And there's so many pieces of it that, let me see if I can find something to put inside of it, so you can maybe see it better. Thanks, Janet. I thought it was too. Yeah, I know, Mary. It's not terrible to cut it up, but it's just, you know, it makes me feel guilty when I cut up something perfectly good. But yeah, Janet, I thought it was just gorgeous. I don't know, we were having I don't know, a day where nothing seemed to be getting accomplished day. So we just went in the thrift store for a couple of minutes. So, and then I got some Happy Mail. A bunch of Happy Mail. My 1,000 giveaway, subby giveaway, is nearing an end. It actually ends Tuesday, the 15th. I'm not going to draw until the 16th because I want the mail to get here on the 15th. I want to give, yes, Janet, yay for Happy Mail. Um, yeah, Janet, it is what we do. What we do. I want to make sure that the mail can get here Tuesday, because the postcards have been coming in, and I want to make sure everybody gets their chances with the postcards. So this one is from. This one's from Mindy. Who is Mitzi? If you guys don't know, that's Mindy, and it's beautiful. It looks to me like it has Christmas ornaments, and then this washi tape. I don't know if you can see it. This washi tape is, well, you know what? I have an idea. Oh yeah, Janet just posted the 1,000 subby giveaway. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try something. We'll see if that works. It takes a minute for it to do it, but hopefully it'll come up closer. Anyhow, this one is Mindy's, and she says, Happy New Year and congrats on the subbies, and she loves all my shows, and I love all my viewers. But this got so many layers under it, guys. It's just, there's stamping, and it says Seek and Twinkle, and I'm not sure what this is, Mindy. This is the cutest little stamp, guys. I'm looking. Oh, good, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I love Happy Mail. Mindy, if you could tell us what this stamp is. Is it a little ornament? It's the cutest little thing, guys. It's like a squiggle, and then it has a line that goes up from it. Anyways, that one was Mindy's. And then this one's from Marsha. She is Marsha Prop. It's a little ornament. That's what I thought it was. It's cute. It's just adorable little ornament. This is from Marsha Prop. She is CZ's Creations here on YouTube, and she did do a VR about this, a video on this, and you should really watch it because she does this really interesting thing. These are real flowers that she's pressed, and then she masked them before she added the paint around them. And then for this little circle, she uses a pen cap, like this part of a pen, which I hadn't used one of those yet. Okay, Janet, thank you. I couldn't post, so I think it's the fact that I use Chrome on here, and I use Firefox when I'm on Facebook, so sometimes it doesn't coincide. Anyways, guys, so that is something you ought to watch, is watch her video, because it was really cute. It says, Congratulations, Tanya. I have to show you this. Well, you know what? The address doesn't matter. Look at the... Mindy's address is back here, because I was going to say... When she's got this postcard stamp, it says card hand stamped by me, and Marsha's has this big flower arrangement and says postcard, and then it says for correspondence, and she says congrats, Tanya, and so there's that one. And this one I think is Deborah's. Yes, this one's Deborah's, and she's got a postcard stamp of some sort too, because it's got this really for correspondence, made in the USA. And she says, love your channel. This is my postcard for the 1,000 subby giveaway. And she's River City Creative, guys. That's Deborah. She's here. And this, you should watch her VR. I cannot believe how many layers she's put into this. It was so fun to watch this, Deborah. There are just a bunch of layers in here, and when you start looking at the card and having watched her video and then get the card in your hand to look at. It's really interesting to see, and there's little words all in it. I just realized that one says paid, which is really cool. And then there's gold glitter on the top, and there's a leaf stamp, a circle, but there's just a lot of layers, and you really should watch her VR. So I think so, Mindy. This one is our dear Lisa's, and she said it didn't come out the way she thought, but I think it's beautiful. And this has got like a texture paste on it, and this is textured right here, and it's just really pretty. I know she had, when I watched her video, she had some issues with the corners and the fact that she was doing this corner, and when she went to do that corner, then the stencil wanted to touch the stuff that was wet. You know, there's a bunch of people I watch that I'm not getting any notifications either, and they're not showing up in my feed, which is strange to me too. Like Lisa's new videos are not showing up, and Marsha's new videos are not showing up. So I don't know what's up. But Lisa, this is beautiful. And guys, I don't know if you can see the colors. Look, yes you can. I'm looking at my monitor now. There's some beautiful, beautiful colors in here. And Lisa, oops. And Lisa, this is so sweet, guys. She says, one of my many blessings in 2018 was you. Your friendship, as we both have grown in the fun community of crafters on YouTube, has been a very real blessing to me. Congratulations. Lisa, that I feel the same way. You guys are all just wonderful to be around. I can't explain it. It's just fabulous. It's really good. It's fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Thank you, Janet. And this one, and I don't think Beth's gotten here yet. She might not make it today. Beth is kind of new. This is from Beth Schuler. Or kitty cat on the back. And it's got a border on it that looks like it may have come from like a color book. You know, the fancy new adult coloring books. But then she's used backgrounds that are, this is doily. So it has this frame around the doilies, and then it says Woman Cave, My Rules. I like that one. But I really like the use of the border. And I have gotten some coloring books at the pound sales and stuff, and I didn't have a real idea for them. Yes, they'll work real well as layers, but this border is really interesting, and I think that that's something I want to play with down the road. So, and I like this. This may have to go on the wall, you know, because this is my cave. So, I think they're all beautiful, and I can't thank you all enough for sending them. Oh, Lisa, you missed this. I have to show Lisa. Thrift store, $2.99. So, okay, now I'm going to tempt you. I'm going to kind of, let me back up a little bit. Yeah, Lisa, I thought it was gorgeous. I'm waiting for that to back out. Okay, there we go. I finished it. Thank you, Janet. I finished it. I finished it. I will have the video up tomorrow. I have to get it uploaded this evening, and then probably I still have to edit the other one. Hi, Sharon. I'm going to do a complete flip. So I'm going to do the finished process video tomorrow, and then the complete flip probably Tuesday. But I did get it finished. It got kind of chunky. It doesn't close at all. So anyways, guys, be watching for that, because I can't believe I finally finished it. I was like, oh my gosh, can I have to wait one more time for one more thing to dry? So but I am very pleased with how the cover came out finally. And this is my December challenge for Lori Marie Jenkins December challenge. So, oh, that's not going to sit there. Oh dear. Avalanche. I've been cleaning all week and I still did not. Yeah, Janet, the beads came out really cool. So, tomorrow's video will show how I did that. Then, for next week, we are going to need a few things that's not normal, and I want you to have a dryer sheet if you've got one. If you don't have one, something on the order of dryer sheet, something you can see through will work. You don't have to. Thanks, Janet. Hi, Jerry. You don't have to have dryer sheet, and you don't have to have something to see through, but that's kind of how I'm going to use it. If you can find some of this really lightweight plastic packaging. Hi Cheryl. I was going to call you newbie. This lightweight plastic packaging, that will work. One of these envelopes where the window goes all the way across. What I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to do the same thing 3 different ways with this. So if you've got one of them, at least you can play with it, okay? If you don't have all 3 of these, that's okay. But I thought I'd warn you. Then the other thing I'd like you to have is your metal tabs. And these come off pop cans. These come off vegetables. Somebody mentioned that their kitty cat food, I think Becky said their kitty cat food had these on it. It's just let me put it on white here so you can see. It's just bigger. And it's steel. See, it's magnetic. So, why are those up there? So have those things for next week, okay? And guys, if I have missed anybody coming in, hello, hello, hello. So, now then, are we all ready to get started? I think everybody that's here so far is familiar with the project. We're going to work on our Totally Junk journal. Last week, oh, that's a couple weeks ago. Last week we did these fun paper quilted things. And needless to say, I haven't gotten them put in my book yet. We did these the week before, I think. And I'll get them put in later. Lisa, your husband and mine would get along very well. Mine likes kippers. Instead of sardines, he likes kippers. But he'll eat sardines. I won't. So, but yeah, they'll save us anything, won't they? They just think that we're crazy and they're going to just do whatever they want to do. So, who all's going to play today? And I do apologize for not telling you last week what to bring, but everything we need is stuff we've been using all through this. Elise is playing, Deborah's playing, Sharon's playing, that's 4, Mary's playing. Kendra's playing. That's 5. Okay, Lisa. We're going to start by adhering some, what do you call that stuff? Some base paper to, oh goodness, my cutters, to some cardboard. So we're going to get the bases for some tags ready. I want them to get dry before we go on, so let's just, I'm going to use security envelope, and I'm just going to collage security envelopes onto some tag size cardboards. Okay, like we have in pretty much all of our projects. I am not going to use little tiny pieces today. I'm just going to use some bigger pieces. And I should have had these ready, but oh, see, there's one already ready, so we'll just use that one. One of these days I'm going to find all of the things on this table and put them away. Okay. Well, that doesn't want to open. There we go. And I'm just going to use my glue stick and stick some stuff down on these. And I'm just going to get them covered. Hi, did Becky come in? Hi, Becky. Are you at the house or you're at the cottage? Yeah, we're making tags, Joe. We're going to put the bases down for the tags so that we can come back later and do more work to them. This way they're dry. And I'm just gonna put some background on the tag. So I'm just gonna get some chunks of security envelope on there, and I'm just gonna go over the top, and I'm gonna go over the sides. We'll let them get dry. Oh, okay. Hi, Beth. Beth, I got your card. Thank you so much. Well, you know, Jerry, I have been there. I know about having holes in the wall. We only did a couple of holes. We put holes in the kitchen. We opened all the walls up in the kitchen as best we could without getting an architect and the whole 9 yards to do that. So well, that works. Beth, are you playing today? I know Jerry's not playing, but yeah, Becky, that is true. Yep. We did not do a lot of sheetrock because we don't have sheetrock. We have plaster. So we had some sheetrock guys come in, and we had some like cracking in the ceiling, and I wanted it mended. That was a mistake. They did not do a good job. I was not happy, but you know, live and learn. Well, I got out the card and then I put it back. And we're just sticking stuff down. Okay, Beth's playing too, so I think there's 6 or 7 of us. And you know what, Beth? I think I answered some YouTube sort of YouTube conversations thinking that you were someone else because you had used your husband's iPad. Now I could just lay on one layer. I'm just adding some differences by having more than one layer. Well, Jerry, I'm glad you came because we haven't seen much of you lately other than videos. At least I haven't. Yes, Janet says I have 7 playing today. So that's cool. Jeff is taking the day off. He said he would watch silent television if he decided he was going to watch television. I don't know if there's any football games. The college, he says college games are over, so that's what he usually likes to watch. That's what I thought you were babysitting, Jerry. Just so y'all know, Mom's eyes are improving, but she cannot read very well. That's causing some frustration, I guess. It's hard for her to do anything. Oh, I forgot to get water and a washcloth again. I would think so. Oh, did Mark come in? Hey, Mark, hi. Jerry, it might have been just as well that you were not home while your husband was tearing apart your house. You know, sometimes it's a good thing not to be home. No, Jerry, her cataracts have been removed and replaced. My mother has something called histoplasmosis, and she's known it for many years. She had surgery on it more than 30 years ago. It was a relatively new thing to do the surgery on it at that time, and she has not had a single... Oh, Beth, good! She's not had a single problem with this until last week. And she came home, and not since, I mean, she has a blind spot in her eye. She knows it's there. She's got other issues but she's not had any serious problems. And last week she was out at the grocery store and realized she couldn't see. Got herself home and called me. Was going to wait and call her regular doctor, and I said no. She was going to call the eye specialist right away, and she said, well, the last time I had to have my eyes checked, he couldn't see me. And I'm like, yeah, because he's a specialist and you just wanted glasses. I said, call him right now, tell him you have emergency. So Thursday afternoon at 4:30, we were in to see a doctor about 30 minutes after she called him. Oh, Gloria, I'm just the facilitator. I just swapped them around. Everybody sent beautiful napkins, which I thought was fabulous. I'm looking for another, I need another different color. There we go. Anyhow, she has a hematoma, Jerry. In other words, like a bleed in the back of her eye. And it caused her vision is off. They put a shot in her eye. They no longer do surgery for this. They put this medicine in there. And she can now read the security system and the thermostat, and that was, you know, but to read or to sew, she's having trouble, so. Yes, Jerry, she does, but hers is not caused from diabetes. The histoplasmosis is very, very often caused by diabetes, but mom's is not. Mom's is caused, my mom is from Illinois, central Illinois, and actually it's probably from being raised around pigs. It's very common in people who were born and raised in central Illinois, as well as people who are diabetic. The doctor did not feel that hers was because she was diabetic, but because she just has this disease. And that shot, within 2 days, she's actually back to driving. She just has no close-up vision. Yep, pigs, Jerry. It has, I don't know exactly how it has to do with pigs, but it does. And oops, that was sticky. So the fact that she can drive really helps, because that means she can go to her lunches and her exercise and all that stuff. Yeah, they told us that she might not be able to for a while. She will have to have this shot in her eye probably every month for the rest of her life. So that's how they do it now. The doctor was really surprised that the surgery she had way back when, and I mean, I was in college, so, you know, it was a long time ago, that she did really well with that. So, oh good, I've stuck them down really well. Now what we're going to do, I want to do is just set these aside to let them dry. She's 87, Jerry, and she does real well. She's actually pretty healthy, and actually has her diabetes under control diet-wise. Yeah, she does take a medication, but only a small amount. They've taken her off a lot of her medication for the diabetes. She's doing good. She was just really scared, and I can totally understand why. I mean, that would freak me out totally and completely to be without my vision. Everything I do just about revolves around my vision. Oh, isn't this cute? Oh, I'm saving that. Oops. That may be, I may just have to use that as one of my focal points today. So, okay guys, when you get your tags covered where they can be drying, say ready. The other thing is, Jerry, to have that shot put in her eye, she just did fabulously, because that would have freaked me out. I don't know how well I'd have done with that. Thanks, Janet. Okay. That's interesting. I had some. I don't know where they went to. I know I had them. Do you know how things get up and leave sometimes? I think I may have pulled them out and set them aside. Ah, I did. They fell down right where I was looking at them. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. So Jerry, how old are your grandchildren? I know that isn't the little one about 5? The one that you've been watching? Yep. Okay, I think I missed something. No, I didn't. Jerry just asked me a question. Yeah, my mom and Jeff's dad are about 10 or 12 days difference in age. My mom's real healthy, and she's getting a little more fragile, you know, she's a little more unsteady on her feet, that kind of thing. But her heart's strong, her lungs are strong, she's doing good. She has a relatively new doctor, and they're taking down her medications slowly because she doesn't need them. She does take blood pressure medicine, and she takes diabetic medicine and all of that, but she's always managed to control her diabetes with diet, and she's got it down to where it's usually 90 or 100 when she tests it, so she's doing real well with that. Sometimes it's about when you eat certain things instead of what you eat. For her, she cannot eat certain things at night or in the evening. If she eats them at lunch, she's fine. So it's about moving around. So I got 4 of you ready. That's 5. I'm looking for Beth, and okay, there's Beth. All right. I think everybody's ready. I'm not sure, but I think everybody's ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to need we need to make some pages, all 7. So some of these big envelopes, they would make good pages. What we're going to do to make a page out of them is just open up the sides like so. And you need to find your pages before we start, because we need to know how big our page is. Okay, so this would make a perfect page. So I think I'm going to do I may just do that one. But these are fabulous pages. Now, if you don't have any big envelopes, you could use your paper bag would work. Your some other piece of junk mail that you have. That's because what we need to do is we need to make something big enough that it will be a page in our book. Oh, sure, Carl. Hi, I'm sorry I didn't even see you come in. Hey. Carl, what we did was we just kind of, I took some cardboard. Just a minute, I have a blank piece. I just took some packaging. I don't know why it happened. Carl, not a big deal. We'll catch you up later, because what we did was we just took our cardboard, you know, our like cereal box. This is off my tea, and we covered it up with some papers. Okay, and I just set these aside to dry. I haven't even trimmed them off or anything. We're going to make tags out of them later, but I wanted the base to be dry. So that's all you missed so far. Okay, so we'll just, don't worry about it. We'll catch up. You can catch up later if you want to play. But right now, if you want to play, we need to find something to make pages out of. And like I said, you could, I think I put my paper bag up. But if you wanted to, you could get a piece of paper, brown paper bag, or any kind of paper bag, anything you want to use as your page. Yeah, you certainly didn't miss very much, Carl. Okay, so what we need to do is to just we need, and even if all you have is a piece of copy paper, or a magazine, you could use this magazine as your page. It's a little thin. I might grab something different. Okay, so once we find our page, we know how big we need, because I'm going to need a piece that's, when I get my finished piece, I'm going to need it to go from there to there. So I'm going to set these aside. And then today I'm going to use some pretty colors of magazine page, and it does not have to be anything real special. Okay, right this minute it's about the color of it, and it doesn't have to be anything, but if it has writing on it, it doesn't matter. There's one. You may need a couple of pages, and you don't want them to be real thick. I like this red, but there's a lot of gray on that, and I was just looking for something a little brighter. Okay. There's some cute little images right there for ephemera. I like this one. Okay. And what we're going to do with these is we are going to cut them into cereal box. Yes, perfect. That works perfect, Carl. Just cereal box with some paper over it. But like I said, you can put that aside. If it's not completely dry, you'll be fine. You can do that later. I'm going to cut these papers 1 3/4 inch strips. Okay, and I'm actually cutting both pages at the same time. Oh, I might want to check that out here. That'll work. Once we get them cut by 1 3/4, we're going to cut them at 4. So they need to be 1 3/4 inches by 4 inches. Okay? And I don't know how sometimes people stand these magazines. This particular magazine reeks of perfume. Just reeks. And we're going to want quite a few of these strips. So if you ask me how many, I don't know. It depends on your page, how big your page is. If you, yes, 1 3/4 by 4. Thank you, Janet. Dang, I don't know how we do without you. And if you don't have a cutter, a template might be a good idea. Cut one and then you have it to cut around. Okay. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to make sure that that's not somebody that really needs me. Oh dear, guys, this apparently came in earlier and I didn't see it. Dawn is laid up flat on her back. Apparently she got hurt Friday during her MRI. So we will have to all send her some prayers. And I'm sorry for going over there, but anymore I check my phone when it beeps. Just don't know when I'm going to have one of those little emergencies. Now here's the thing, if there's a piece that doesn't have any color on it, it doesn't really matter because when you see what we're going to do, only a little bit of this is going to show. Okay, Lisa's ready. Yeah, she's having a really bad time with her back. So guys, I'm going to stop and show you, even if you're not ready, stop for just a second. Let me cut these two, and if you guys can pay attention, I'll show you what the next step is. Because once you get 3 or 4 of these, you can go on. Okay, we'll just put this up. If I run out, then I'll cut some more. And you guys are going to go, what is she doing? I did that. I'll bet you there's not one of you that has not done this before. Okay. Now I'm going to try to bring this in again. That worked real well earlier, so. Okay. I cannot see my screen now. Yeah, Jerry, I don't know if she's... Guys, I think we need to send our prayers out to everybody who needs it. Everybody, I just hope we have blanket prayers. Okay, so we're going to take one of these. Okay, is everybody watching? Hope so. And whichever side we like the color of better, we're going to do that being the outside. So we're going to fold this in half, hot dog style. Okay. Then we're going to take this and we're going to fold it, the raw edge into where the fold is. And we're going to do that to the other side too. Okay. And then we're going to fold it in half so that we have it like this. Okay, once we get to that point, we're going to fold it in half long ways. And we're going to fold these little guys into where the fold is. It doesn't want to fold right. For some unknown reason, that piece just does not want to fold right. I'm just pulling it out with my pokey tool. There we go. So now I have this little thing. Okay, and I need to make a couple more. So I'm going to make 2 more before I show you what we're going to do, if you haven't already guessed. Jerry, do you know that I don't chew gum because I swallow it? I'm very bad. I can put a piece of gum in my mouth and it just disappears. I don't know how I managed to swallow it. I don't know when I've swallowed it. I just swallow it. So I don't chew it. Just, you know. Jeff chews gum, and of course he doesn't chew the kind that have gum wrappers. They have those little sad sticks that are flat. So now, if those of you that don't know how to do this, there is a trick to which side you put together. Let me get a third one and I'll show you. Those of you who know how to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to make a string of them, and then we're going to use it as a belly band on our page. We're going to stick it down on the top and the bottom and have a belly band. If those of you that don't know what a belly band is, that is a thing that holds a tag in. It's a strip that's on your page that holds a tag in. Now, the trick is that on one side of your little folded thing, you have, just a minute, you have a 4 little pieces of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're folds. Okay, on the other side, you got a bunch of little pieces of paper. Okay, so those bunches of little pieces of paper make it hard to see what you're doing. So always work from the side that only has the 4, and always keep the 4 pieces down. If you do, then you'll always be working with the sides that have 4. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slip these 2 into between those 2. Okay? And we're going to shove it up there. And Jerry, I read your comment, and I'll make a comment in a minute, but that would be okay. Okay, so now we have that. And then see, now we have the 2 right there, and we're just going to put this one in like so. Okay, and that is going to make, now if it gets caught and it doesn't want to come through, you kind of got to wiggle it a little bit. All right? And we're going to make a strip long enough to lay on top of our page, and I will probably go like so. Okay? Now, Jerry, if you crawled into my mind, the problem is that you might find you didn't like it in there. Oh, yeah. Let me. I'm gonna stay pulled in for now. Does anybody need me to show you that again? Because I will be glad to. Hi, Debbie. Well, here's the deal, Debbie. I didn't have any gum wrappers, so I had to figure out the right proportions of this piece of paper. If you happen to have a gum wrapper, you can measure it, but I didn't have any, so I was using, I played around quite a while to get the right proportions. It is 1 3/4 by 4. And if you use copy paper or just don't use anything heavier than paper, like the envelopes work, that kind of thing. Oh, hi, Mike. The magazine pages seem to work the best. I like the magazine pages, and then it gives me color. The copy paper gets a little stiff. So if you're doing it with like scrapbook paper, you want the thinner, cheaper scrapbook paper. And the big thing I have to say is to always remember to use the folded piece down. It's about making it easy on yourself, and sometimes it's not. Oh, Patricia came in. Hi, Patricia. Debbie, we're going to make belly bands. We're going to use them as a belly band in our Totally Junk journal. I'll show you in just as soon as I put this together. It doesn't want to go, you know, just because you're watching me. It just does not want to go in there. I guess I need to give it an attitude adjustment here. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it like so. I'm going to make the strip, and then I'm going to attach it at the top and bottom, and that way when we make a tag, we can stick our tags in it. Uh-oh, Patricia's having to listen to an ad. Sorry about that. Laura's here. Okay, Miss Laura coming in. Okay, Laura. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Oh, I just realized you may not have seen that very well. I'm in kind of close. Let me put it right here. Like so, Debbie. And thank you, Janet. Thanks, Debbie. Jerry said she wants to be in my brain, but I don't know that she really wants to. It doesn't rest often, Jerry. Thank you, Mike. What are you guys all working on besides those of you playing today? Is anybody working on anything fun? No, do I sound funny? Um, my allergies might be, my nose is kind of clogged up, I think. Oh, Debbie, yuck. Yuck. Patricia, are you snowed in? I can't remember. Exactly. It could be, Mike. We've had changes in our weather constantly. It, it rains for 3 days, and then it's sunny and cold, and then it's rainy and warm, and sunny and cold, and I think I want to look for another color. Vintage Jug Journal. Okay, Patricia. It's the other Patricia, I think, that lives in Iowa. I'm sorry, I do get you guys confused. I apologize for getting you confused. I agree with you, Janet. We always pay, we've moved a lot of times, so we've had a lot of houses. Freshly painted walls are one of the things I love about a new house. Becky's painted closet. I would not call that fun. Thanks, Patricia. Jeffrey usually paints. I haven't painted in a while. He usually paints. He doesn't like to paint, but he paints. He painted the entire house. He did all the floors. Of course, the house wasn't livable when we bought it, so. It needed a lot of TLC. I have to tell y'all that yesterday was 2 years from the date of our accident. These do take a little while. I have to admit they take a little while. I'm going to back out just a little bit so I don't forget. Now I could have cheated and I could have had all of these folded in half ahead of time, or cut out or something. Why, Mike? What's wrong? Oh, Lisa, you said your hubby was eating sardines. Mine must have cooked greens. Ooh, nasty. Collard greens and chicken salad? Okay. Jeff is eating collard greens and chicken salad, he says. Mm. Oh. I will tell you that collard greens are not pleasant smelling when they've been microwaved. Ew, ew, ew. And as long as he cooks it and I don't have to, we're good. There's the other Patricia. And I believe that's the Patricia that is snowed in. Or is likely snowed in. Leah said, yeah, collard greens. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. Jeff will eat just about anything. There's very few things he won't eat. There's a few things I won't cook. One of them is liver and onions. If he wants liver and onions, we have to go out to eat because I do not fix liver and onions. Can't stand the smell of it. Can't stand it cooking. So it can't be cooked at the house either. Patricia, are you snowed in? Patricia Strufert. We are making belly bands, guys, just so you know. This is going to be a belly band on one of our pages in our Totally Junk Journal. Jerry, I think we ought to all get together and play somewhere. Have a YouTube meetup. Becky, yep. No, okay. Oh, I'm just totally off today on where everybody is. Yeah, Becky. Yuck. My father used to really like liver and onions, and my mother every once in a while would cook it for him. And now there's a few things I don't eat. Livers and gizzards and collard greens, and of course I'm not particularly fond of fish. I can pass on shrimp. I eat them. Beth, I think it'd be more fun to you know. Yeah, that's right, Becky. No innards. No innards whatsoever. I think it'd be more fun to actually, you know, get together and actually have to meet up somewhere. Someday we'll get to travel again. Someday. Now I think these are coming out a little wider than the gum wrappers do, but like I said, I didn't have a piece of gum to be able to measure. Neck bones and potatoes. Yeah, Mike, I never did learn to like fish. I eat it. It's supposed to be good for you, so I eat it. My husband says I don't eat fish that tastes like fish, but that's, you know, beside the point. I will pick grouper and what's the other one I'll pick off the menu. Anyways, things that don't have a lot of fish taste to them. We live here where there's all kinds of fish. And what kind of neck bones, Kendra? Now, I'll tell you, growing up, I ate a lot of stuff I wasn't particularly fond of, but we ate it because we had it, and my mama didn't cook 2 meals. You ate it or else you went hungry. Things like hogshead cheese. I am not fond of hogshead cheese. But every year we got a hog and put it in the freezer, and therefore we had a head. Pork. Okay, yeah. That sounds good, Kendra. Yeah. There we go. How's everybody doing? Do you have more than 4 inches? Because I only have 4 inches. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, you know, I can pass on it, Mike. But then, you know, I don't like potato pancakes either. Now, I do like chocolate ice cream with dill pickle juice on it, so, you know. Yeah, Kendra, it takes a lot of papers. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's so slow. Farm and Becky, you know, I believe, and I do not know how, but I don't ever remember eating tongue. Um, I'm sorry, Patricia. We'll be quiet. uh, I'll stop. Um, Now, there are a couple vegetables, Patricia, that I do not like. I am not fond of, wait a minute, beets. Yeah, beets and I don't like. Other than that, pretty much, there are ways that you cook things that I don't like them. I love okra, but I don't like it boiled. Oh, Mike, come on. We did this when we were kids. I am almost halfway there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm halfway there. Oh, Becky, I like eggplant. It depends on how you cook it. And yes, Beth, my grandmother did that. I I know, Patricia, but I will tell you, usually they get on here and they start talking about food and they make me hungry. Carl, we're going for enough to cover, to go from one end of a page, from the bottom to the top of your page. Now, if you really can't stand this, you could just put it across, but then your tags will fall out this way. I like to put my belly bands in from the bottom to the top, because then when you put your tag in, it has something at the bottom to keep it from falling out. We don't eat a ton of meat. We eat a lot more vegetables. Kendra, my son had a friend in high school that would not eat anything green. Nothing. Absolutely nothing green. So when he came to my house, I always had to figure out vegetables that weren't green, which we eat a lot of vegetables. And so, which was okay because he would eat all the other vegetables. He just wouldn't eat anything green. He now eats just about everything my son eats. So. And my son, who is allergic to food, is probably one of the best eaters you've ever met as far as to eat things that are different. He will try anything. There are things he does not like, but there are things he's not allowed to eat. Yeah, Mike, he's allergic to food. He's allergic to, well, first off, he's allergic to gluten, so he's actually allergic to gluten. He's not gluten intolerant, he's allergic to gluten. So he's allergic to wheat, rye, oats, barley, buckwheat, and something else. He's allergic to bananas and blueberries. He's allergic to all dairy products. He's allergic to beef and chicken because he's allergic to dairy products and eggs. Blueberries, which is weird, bananas, which is weird, goat's milk, which is weird, and he's actually allergic to them. When he was 4, they had these new kinds of tests. They're not the skin test. Anyways, when he eats properly, he's very healthy. Before that, he wasn't so healthy. Janet. Well, he does all right, Mike. The biggest thing I can tell you about food is you should never eat anything from the middle of the grocery store. You should only walk around the outside 4 walls of the grocery store and buy your food on the outside 4 walls of the grocery store. That's fresh food, not processed food. If you do that, you can avoid a lot of problems. We here in the United States tend to eat the same 25 foods over and over and over again, which I didn't know until Kidlet got sick. Variety in your diet. What's going on here? Jerry's yelling at Patricia. Patricia, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I've got to see this. What's going on? Patricia, yeah, well, I'll tell you what, he was sick a lot before he was 4. He also didn't sleep through the night till he was 4. Yeah, Jerry, there's a lot of options. Let me go back up here a minute. Yeah, Kendra, that's true. We are creatures of habit, and that's the problem. Yes, there is, Debbie. The biggest issue is to not eat processed food for Brandon because things hide in it. He was 4. We were on our way to Alaska. We drove all the way from Florida to Alaska, and we were on our way, and we had bugles. Okay, you know, they're corn, right? For some unknown reason, my kidlet's not allergic to corn. which so many kids are today. They're not necessarily allergic. They're sensitive to corn. Anyhow, bugles were fine because they had cornmeal and that kind of stuff in them. They were processed, but somehow or another he ate an entire box of bugles and he was bouncing off the walls and he was not doing well, and I realized that something was going on. First off, he never ate a whole box of anything, and he got done with that box of bugles, and I realized that the bugles had milk in them. They had changed the thing. And you're right, Becky, I wouldn't trade mine for anything. Allergic or not. But not sleeping through the night till he was 4 was hard on his mama. And you know what, Becky? We've got to where I don't put a starch on the plate other than vegetables. You know, whatever vegetable has, you know, whatever. Because some vegetables have a lot of starch in them. But yeah, Becky. Uh-oh, Elise, bye-bye. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put this on as a belly band. So when you get to chance, we're just going to glue it together. We're going to glue it at the bottom and we're going to glue it at the top, and then it'll be open in the middle to put things into. Have fun. Yeah, Brandon was 4, my husband happened to have gotten what they call rifted, which means that the federal government basically laid him off. He didn't have a job. He had a temporary job, but he didn't have the job that he had been doing had gone away. So we took vacation time, and we had, I think, 9 weeks of vacation saved up. And we got in our little camper and we drove from Florida to Alaska. We drove every highway in Alaska, and then we drove back. And we had some interesting times. Halfway to Alaska, we bought a brand new camper. We had built, from the time Jeff and I started dating, we built a school bus, a big 68 passenger school bus that we had bought and turned it into a camper. And we had taken it on several trips. And for some unknown reason, when we started out from Florida that trip, we had trouble every single day. We were almost 2 weeks, we were a solid week into our trip when suddenly the last straw, the water pump, fell off the front of the engine, and we went into the store and bought a new camper. And yes, Mike, it was a blast. We had a fabulous time. We actually ended up being gone 11 weeks, which at the time was fine. We got home, and a couple weeks after that, Jeff had a new job, and we ended up having to move. But we had been planning this trip for a very long time, and it was the year before Brandon started school, so we could do what we wanted to do. I didn't cut enough strips, guys. Yeah, Jerry, it was I had oak cabinets. I had all kinds of storage. My dad had hunted up used things, like we had a used refrigerator, and we had a very nice camper. As a matter of fact, Brandon was not, let's see, from August to the first part of November, so he was only a couple months old first time we took him out. in it, and we'd enjoyed it for several years, but we had trouble from the minute we left home that trip. We ended up with a what's called a Class C, which means it's like a van with a camper on top of it, and we had that until we were living in South Dakota. We had gone through Cub Scouts and all kinds of things with the Toyota. I love the camper redos, but I have learned that they're not as easy as you think. Somewhere we have pictures, Jerry. That's on our to-do list, is to go through all our pictures, so I'll have to... How about Patricia? Don't you ask and I'll ask. Guys, Patricia's working to get her 1,000 subbies, so if you haven't seen her videos, and she's got a subby giveaway right now, it's Patricia Stubbs, and she is doing a subby giveaway, and she's really close to her 1,000, so you might want to check out her videos and her channel. Becky, we've been around the country. Now there are still, believe it or not, a few states that I have not been in. When I was younger, my sisters and I were younger, my dad would take us places. Now, I know I have been places, but that I have not actually was not aware. You know, I was too little. I was 18 months old on the first trip that my dad took me on. But I was in college when we went to the East Coast and Maine and all kinds of places like that. And then Jeff and I have traveled. Of course, we've lived in a lot of states too. You are welcome, Patricia. Well, hello, Barb. You know, that may be one of the only I haven't, Mike, although West Virginia and Virginia, I'm not sure I've ever been in those two. We've lived in several. My husband lived in Hawaii for several years. His dad's military, and they lived in Hawaii. I have never been to Hawaii. But we've had houses in, well, Florida, Alabama, Nebraska, and South Dakota, and Texas. So we've actually lived in quite a few states too. Thank you, Janet. That was perfect. Oh, Debbie, I'm sorry you have to go clean, but you will like it. Oh, Beth, we were just talking today. If we get a new camper, we should be able to maybe do the rally. The company that builds the camper like we had, they do a rally about 3 times a year, and the fall rally is in West Virginia, and we were talking that we might be able to go to that, which would be fun. We've been signed up for rallies twice before and not been able to go because we don't have a camper. So I'm about to get there, guys. I'm a couple inches short. Now this is why I wanted you to have your pages ahead of time so you would know how many you had to do. Yeah, I need about 2 or 3 more inches. But our Alaska trip was very interesting. Besides the fact that we broke down every day for a week, we were then on the road going through Canada, and at the time the Alcan was just tore up something fierce. And somehow or another, we threw a rock through our tow car, my little Blazer that we were towing. We threw a rock back from it got in the fan housing, and when I turned on the car, it threw it through the front of the radiator. So for 2 weeks, we towed around a car that was useless because we couldn't drive it anywhere. Got into Anchorage and got it fixed. That's someplace we want to go back to. We had thought we would be going this year, but obviously not. So soon, maybe soon. The thing I liked about this belly band too is using it as a belly band is that it's kind of flexible, so it should let your tags go in there really well. I think we will only make one of them though. I was going to make 2, but we'll see if we have time. Beth, where in West Virginia are you from? Oh, I like that. Look, this is a Listerine or some kind of ad, and the color is really cool right there. Huntington, west side on the Ohio River. I'll have to look it up. See, that's the thing. I don't ever remember being in either of the Virginias. And honestly, I don't remember being in the Carolinas, but I know I have been. I just don't, I can't remember when it was. This is getting easier. The more of these I do, the easier it gets. Aha. Okay. Charleston is someplace I'd like to go to. That I haven't done. Believe it or not, I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. That was supposed to be 2 years ago when we got in the accident. We were going to go there. I want to go back to Santa Fe because several years ago when we were there, we had truck trouble, so we couldn't stay. We had to get on home. We were stuck kind of for a day and didn't get to visit a lot that we wanted to see. So the Grand Canyon, Janet. We of course lived in South Dakota, but the time we went to the monuments in western South Dakota, we actually were living Nebraska. And of course, we've driven back and forth to the Pacific coast from South Dakota and from Nebraska, so we've seen those states. There's not a lot to see honestly, in Wyoming and Montana. In Montana, we saw a cow standing in the shade of a telephone pole. That was interesting. Poor little cow. It was like 114 degrees outside. He was using the only shade that they had, which was a telephone pole. Oh, Santa Fe, yeah. Taos is another place I'd like to go to, Patricia. I've been to those natural bridges, and I was at Bridges National Park, right before I was a freshman in high school. I had an aunt and uncle that took me on a trip with them. I have a cousin that's my age, and we went to Utah and up into California and up into Oregon. And I saw the bridges, and that's a beautiful place. There's a lot of places I'd like to go back to, too. Patricia, I'm sure is, I have cousins who have been to the bottom. I'm not sure that that's a necessity for me, but because I'm not really good with heights. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. Lisa, Lisa must be gone too. Did I see Lisa? Did Lisa leave and I didn't see her go? Oh dear. Oh. I'll have to tell her bye later. Oh, Beth's done. I'm almost there, Beth. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to have to cut another strip. Beth, when you go to glue this down, you want to put some glue inside your first, on both sides of this, inside on the first one and inside on the last one, so that it holds together. The middle ones will hold together all by them lonesomes, but you'll want to glue the insides of the first two. Yeah, Janet, I missed saying bye. I didn't look up in time. I'll have to tell her bye later. Thanks for telling me. That works fine, Beth. I'm going to use tacky glue because that's what's on the table, but you need some kind of glue that's going to hold it on there. Come on. Sometimes you have to talk to them. Now, Beth, since you're done, if you want to go on, I was going to do 2 bands, one for each side of this. We may go on to something else in the meantime because this took a while. But you could start on another one. Oh, I haven't quite finished, Lisa. I'm getting there. I'm sorry I missed you leaving, too. I realized what time it was, and I'm like, oh, Lisa had to go. Technically, Lisa, I was going to make 2 of them. one for each side. But I think we're going to do our tags before I go back and finish this one. Finish the other one. I did tell everybody to glue the innards of the first guy and the last guy where you glue them down. Well, you must have said bye and I didn't look up. But you got him to work. The fun thing is that this is like recreating something that we all used to do anyways. You know, you can also, I guess, do this with starburst wrappers. Looks like I'm going to need 2 more pieces. Doggone it. Well, we should be done by 6, Lisa. If I'm not, then I'm not doing very well. I haven't kept up. I need another little piece of something. You know, it's interesting to me that some magazines are really boring in color. Some magazines just don't have hardly any color in them at all. Oh, Carl, really? You've never made a gum wrapper chain? I am surprised. I figure everybody's going to go, what is she doing? Oh my gosh, I've done that so many times. Let's see where we're at. Well, at least you can pop in and out, Lisa. Which, Lisa, you and I need to chat this week sometime. We need to test out the Hangout thing. Oh, Beth, that would work real well. You might actually have to go get a piece of chewing gum, a package of chewing gum. And I honestly do not know if they make gum when it has that shape anymore. Because, like I said, I don't chew chewing gum. And I'm sorry, Lisa, that I didn't get with you. Really, Sharon? Well, then I taught y'all something new. That's cool. Everything old is new again. Isn't there a song about that? I'm sorry, Lisa, that I have been kind of crazy this week. Fruit stripes. My mother-in-law used to like, what was it? Beechams and fruit stripes and something else we used to hunt for her. Because every once in a while you can find the old style chewing gums at the gas stations when you're traveling. Big Red. Yes, Big Red, Beth. Uh-huh. Well, guys, I'm glad that I taught you something a little bit different. The big thing is the size of your strips matters if you, because I originally cut a 2-inch by 4-inch piece, thinking that would work. and it doesn't. You need that little bit of space so that you can get your pieces to line up inside one another. That extra 1/4 of an inch made a difference. It didn't work. Oh yes, chiclets. I actually have a bead press unit that makes a bead that is the shape of a chiclet. They are I have it in different sizes, but the little 1/2 inch one looks just like a chiclet. Well, good. Janet just posted the size of the strips again, guys. Just thank you, Janet, so that you have it. Mary must be working very diligently because I haven't heard from her. Now, if you've used magazine pieces, look at both sides of your strip to decide which way you want to lay it on your page, too. Okay. Mary, oh, there she is. She's working. See. Okay, I did it. It's hard to tell. They're both pretty. And like I said, what you want to do is you want to get some glue inside this first one and the last one, just so that it holds together at the top and bottom. And then you're just going to glue it on. I am going to glue one whole piece. My tacky glue is about to run out. Hi, Susan. Now, if you're worried about this sticking, which I'm not terribly, but you can always use some little clips to hold it in place until your glue sets. Like so. I don't think I got that on there straight. There we go. Like so. And little clips are good to have. I'm pretty sure it's going to stick, so I'm not too worried about it. And Susan, what are you up to this afternoon? Anything fun? And there's our belly band. I'm going to just leave that sit there. Susan, we used to make this from gum wrappers. Oh, I don't know why that went away so bad. We used to make them from gum wrappers. And today I'm making them from magazine pages. And we're creating a belly band. And what I'm doing, and Janet has listed it a couple of times, the pieces that we're using are 4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And I never did anything with cigarette packages, so I would have to. And that one's not quite wide enough. The dimensions can be varied as far as if you use a longer piece, it could be wider, but it needs to be not a full, like if it's 4 inches long, 2 inches wide was too wide. So 4 inches long, it needs to be 1 3/4. I think if you added length, you could add width, and it would work. I wish I had a piece of, I had a piece of chewing gum wrapper to measure, but Carl, we just folded them in half like so. Okay, Susan, 1964. Believe it or not, I was probably a little young to be putting things around lamps. I don't remember doing that, but I remember making them and gluing them together, and we would make necklaces and stuff out of them. And I don't know if that was gaudy or not. That sounds interesting. When everyone gets one finished, tell me ready, because Beth is ready. So when you finish one, say ready. When we all get ready, we'll go on to something else, and we'll come back and do a second one. You joined them into a ring, yeah. We made bracelets, and we did all kinds of stuff with them. Okay, gum wrapper. Deborah says the gum wrapper is 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. That seems a little short, but it must work. Right, we didn't have iPhones, that's true. Okay, Mary, you keep going and I'll holler when we go on to the next thing, but not everybody's done, so I'm not going to go on for a little bit until everybody's finished, or at least close. And I'm cheating. I'm using the piece I had started the other day. Yeah, we did a lot more stuff, didn't we, Beth? When we didn't have iPhones. Of course, I don't have an iPhone, but... Let's see. Elise is gone. Mary said to go on. Beth, Lisa's going to have to catch up. Kendra, that's Kendra and Deborah. How are you guys doing? As far as getting your first one done. Okay, Janet. Kendra's done, and Sharon says to go on. Okay, I'm going to give it just a minute, Sharon, because I want to finish folding this one and putting it up. And is that, no, okay, that Deborah's done. Okay, good. And like I said, guys, I'm going to make a second one so that, because, you know, when we put these in our pages, we have, this makes 2 pages. It makes a front and a back. So it'll be in our signature like this. So I want one here and one over here. So I'm going to do a second one before I call that page done. Give me 1 second. I just want to put this in. If I don't put it in, it'll get lost in this mess on the table. Okay. Alrighty, so we're going to get our little pieces back that we had for our tags. And you noticed I just stuck stuff on. So I'm going to go back and trim off this excess. Well, cool, Susan, that's cool. Susan, if you do watch the beginning, I explained a little bit about the folds and which way makes it easier. There's an easy way and a more difficult way. So later do watch the beginning. So I'm just trimming these off so that I don't have scruffy edges, and Mary always makes scruffy edges, which I loved, but mine didn't have scruffy edges, so maybe the next one I make will have scruffy edges, because I really love the scruffies that Mary makes. But see, now they're dry, so we don't have to fight with having them sticky. And this one already was trimmed tag shaped. And I'm going to make these 2 tag shaped as well. So I'm just going to cut off a piece, and I always take this piece and put it over on the other side so that I get the same angle. I don't try to make them all the same. I just make them. You okay, Jeff? You sure? Okay. If I do this way, then at least both corners are the same cut. And I'm going to cheat today, and I'm going to use my corner rounder just because I want to. Okay, except I'm dumping stuff everywhere. I want to round my corners. Now you don't have to do that, and if you don't have a corner rounder, just use something round to draw around and cut them out. This would probably be one of my first purchases if I didn't have one, because I happen to like the rounded corners. No, maybe this would be. Okay, Janet, we're working on our tags. And I'm just putting a hole in the top so that I have the hole in the top. And now we need some focal images for this, and we want small ones. And the reason we want small ones is we're going to do something else on these tags besides having the focal images on them. So hunt up some small focal images, but don't glue them down just yet. We're just going to hunt them up and get them cut out, and then say I'm ready. Yeah, Beth, I do a lot of rounded corners in my stuff. I have to tell you all, there may be a Sunday later in the month. I think it's the Sunday that I was going to be late. There may be a Sunday that I'm not going to be able to stream. We'll have to see. My sister's coming in from Alaska, so I don't know how things are going to settle out as far as what's going on when with that. I knew there's a Sunday I have to be late because I have to go to the library book sale. You guys know that, right? I cannot miss that. But that shouldn't affect my actually streaming. I just might be, half an hour late. And I cheated. I kind of picked out some images ahead of time, thinking they'll be ready, but we'll see how they go. Thinking they'll work, but we'll see how they go. Yeah, Patricia, and they do this thing on Sundays where they do, it's called a bag sale. So it's $5 for a grocery sack full of books. And I've gotten some great old books for art there. And I've gotten some great language books and different things too. So it's hard not to go. I don't need any books, believe me, I do not need any books. Yeah, Beth, but being prepared, and then I'm ready, and then I make you go hunt for things. So that's why I try most weeks to tell you what you need that's odd ahead of time, so that you're prepared. You're kind of prepared along with me. You're right, Patricia, she did. She has sent me some others that are just fabulous. Um, that my sister can pick up some of the best things. She's just, and she gets them at the dump. That's what gets me, is I just cannot wait till we visit her and I can go to the dump with her. I'm going to use a little bit of book page just to add some color to my kind of boring tags, backgrounds. It's not that the background is boring, but that it has very little depth. So I'm just going to add a little bit of don't glue anything down yet though, guys, because until you see the actual thing I want to do, you may not want these in the same place, is what I'm saying. Oh, Beth, you heard the dryer. It took me a minute to think what you were talking about, and then I realized yes, it's done. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, Patricia. Okay, guys. Can everybody listen for a minute? Can you can you let me see. I don't know about this one. This one may not have the best ones in it. Okay. Thanks, Janet. What we're going to do is we're going to do ransom style letter words, like ransom notes. So we want to cut out, and for some unknown reason, this is not the best book. Let's find a different one. We want to cut out letters in little blocks and use the letters to make our words. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Mindy. She's paying attention. Huh, Barbara, that's interesting. You want to pick letters that are different fonts and different colored backgrounds if you can find it. Different colors, like, okay, here's two words that are pink. There's a word that has a red background. There's red letters. So let's see if I can, and there's some oh, there's a nice big word. Oh, there's some orange letters. Oh, I like these blue ones. Okay, so I'm going to do just simple words like Have to have scissors. And I'm just going to cut out the letters. So let's see. I am first going to look for the word dream. Well, I like this. I like this D, and I'm going to cut them out sort of square. And not all the same size. Here's the R. So that we sort of have ransom letter type words. DR, we need an E that's very different. And we kind of want to make them different sizes and different shapes. Okay, wait just a second. Did I miss something? Good morning, Barbara. An orange D? Oh, you like the orange D better? Okay. It's bulkier, yeah. I need a fun A. And now we need an M. Oh, I like this M right here. Okay, now I'm going to glue that one down so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Although I think you got it. Look, there's a D we can use later. Okay, Beth, that's perfect. Oh, that's all right. Barbara, that one may have been too small to be able to see. That may be the problem with it. So, I have a better glue stick. Where's my other glue stick? Oh, no, here's this one. Oh, she's cheating because she found the word. Yes, well, that's true. I use found words a lot, but today I wanted to make them up with sort of kind of ransom note style. That was my plan of action. Now we're doing tags, but if you did this on your page, and we may do one on a page, you could do great big words and do whole sentences this way. Great big letters, not great big words, but great big letters. Cat hands, guys, is it something I didn't see on hers? You couldn't do the ransom letters page. Why is that? And if you don't put them on straight, they look even more fun. Yeah, if you just do one word. Now do make sure you get them stuck down good, because that one just wanted to lift up. And they're tiny, so I sometimes end up with them on the end of my glue stick like that. And I've lost my A. Oh, and my A was the perfect A. Well, that's interesting. Aha! Found it. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that, because I watch her videos, but I will not tell you that I have seen all of her videos by any means. Now, another thing that you can do, and let's see, this may not be the best pencil to do it with. Going around your letters. I don't want to use my Stabilo because not everybody has one of those. If you have one of these, it's called a Stabilo All pencil, and it really makes a difference in going around something with a pencil. It writes on everything. This is just a regular pencil. But you see, outlining your letters kind of makes a totally different look. You end up with, they show up more. Just using a black marker would probably work. I didn't want them to stand out quite the black marker amount. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. A drawing pencil would work a whole lot better than this one, though. This is just a cheap pencil. It's not even a 2B. It's a much harder pencil. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one might... Oh, yeah. This is just a regular 2B pencil. So... And now our other two tags I'm going to do the same thing with. And you know I go around my images with a flat marker. Okay, that black marker is absolutely toast. Let's see if this one's fine enough. No. There we go. I'm just using a permanent marker, guys, to go around my image and make it stand out. And I may yet go around the letters, but we'll see. Yep, I'm going to go around the letters. I'm going to leave the pencil mark. I like the pencil mark, but I want to go around the letters a little bit more. The pencil mark will kind of shade my marker. And I'm not trying to be real neat. I'm just... There. Okay, now I have to go look. Here, see. Uh-oh, Becky's leaving somewhere. Let me see what she said. Okay. Okay, Becky, be careful. Carl, doesn't matter. Just what you will do with the cereal box. And since you glued it on the wrong side, go ahead and finish your tag on this side. And on the back side, just put some white paper or this is just like a white envelope. You can just put the white part of the envelope on there so that you've got it covered up. I know what you're saying is that this way you can write on this and you don't have a writing surface. So just cover it up with white paper. Well, thanks, guys. Janet, Mindy. Okay, Becky's just waiting on the mister. Okay. Okay, and I just made all my little pieces go elsewhere on this one. I've lost, there we go. Okay, I don't want... There we go. Now we have to find another word. So... Now, I know people that actually keep words or letters in little, they cut out letters to do this ahead of time, and they keep little letters in bins cut up. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure that that's not going to work for me. That I would just have a mess every time I went to get a letter. Of course, it would be fun to have all those letters cut up and ready. Thank you, Jerry. You still want to be in my head? Yeah, Jerry, I did. Where she painted like, I think she took her finger and painted letters, or she had great big ones, which would be fun to do great big letters on a page. Okay, Barbara said something I missed. Barbara, that's the thing, is that you don't need a lot of fancy stuff to do cool art. I just truly believe that. You don't need a lot of fancy art supplies. You don't, I mean, granted, I have them. And I use them in a lot of things, but you don't have to have them. And Jerry, yeah, I think I did see it, and I think I'll have to go watch it again. Hello, Mike. Cutting up the whole set of letters and yeah. Now here's the thing. Yes, that's right, Jerry. She used jelly print paper, and that's what she was using, and making letters. But I want to show you guys something. I'll be right back, okay? It's just something that popped in my head. I'll be right back. Oh. Okay, just fold stuff onto the floor. Okay. Because I've thought about cutting up all the letters. Oh. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, I think so, Jerry. That I did see that, and it was really cool. Okay, these are trading card pages. Okay, let me back this up a little bit again. You could get like these are, you can buy these, and they're top loading, and you could just slip your letter in there and have all the one kind of letter in there. Okay, and they're tiny, so if you wanted to make big letters, they wouldn't work so well. Okay, and then they could go in a notebook. Okay, and there's 9. Okay, somebody do the math. 26 divided by 9 is, you'd actually have to have 4 of these. Okay, Doris boxes. Becky, you mean this trading card thing? But okay, here's another thing. This is a photo album. It's a photo album. I got the pages, but I didn't take the album cover because it was not something I would want to use. But these would hold big ones, and they're for 4x6. Yeah, 9. Okay, 9 times 3 is 27. Thank you, Becky. My brain was just totally gone. So you'd only need 3 of these pages. Okay, of this one. This one only has 6. So need an extra page. You'd need 5. Okay, but see, then you could put big letters in it because it would hold bigger things. And the thing of it is that these fold up real well, okay? And you could make a book that was just half this size. They could fold, and you can find these at the thrift store all the time. Put a piece of, yes, Beth, you could put a piece of paper. Frankly, if I was going to do it, though, I just want 1 letter per little doodad. You can get these at the thrift store all the time. Now, Becky, are you saying that you find these, the trading card ones, at the thrift store all the time? Yeah, because maybe you want to have all your letters cut out. Check on the man starting loading the truck. Okay, Becky, be careful driving home. But yes, Beth, you're right. If you put a piece of paper in, you can slide them back, and you can have 2 per page. But to have just 4 or 5 pages, and I'm not going to tell you this is my idea because I'm sure somebody else has thought it up. But I got a bunch of these at the thrift store, and because they were in photo albums, and they were in the big 12 by 12 photo album, which you could make a book that size, but I think making a book half size, and then you just put rings in it, and then they could fold like so. Well, see, Jerry, there you go. Now you have a place to store them, and an idea to store them. And I just got my letters all over everywhere, so now I'm not sure where they are. Okay. But then they would be all cut out, and you could do all kinds of things with them. Flea market too. Yes, Beth. We don't. The flea market we have here is really tacky. At least I haven't found a good one yet. I'm hunting for a good one. The other thing is you could get bigger and words. You could cut out words. That's right, Jerry. You could see them better by being in this. But if, like, Beth had the word love, and you could have a page for words, which would be really cool too. I'm not finding. There's a good S. Okay. Because I have words and they're just piled in a box. And this way you could, the words you find all the time that you use a lot of, you could have cut out and ready to go. I need some more pages. Yes, right. The alphabetically, okay. Dream definitely comes before inspire, right? Love comes after. So, there's those pages are just really would be really good for things. Yeah, that's my thing, Barbara, is they're just tossed in a box. And at least if you could see part of them without having to dig, It's on my to-do list. It doesn't happen very fast, but it's on my to-do list. And numbers. Numbers are another thing. Because, you know, in some things we use numbers. And like this page has nothing on it I would keep except the letters. I sure could use some more. Jeffy just came and asked if I wanted some more drink. No, just pour water in there. That's tea in the bottom of it, but water is probably the better idea. My sweetie just came and he tipped his hand like this to see if I wanted a drink. He didn't want to talk out loud. But, I mean, there's so many things that we could do to be a little more organized and make it a little more fun. Oh, I had an S. Yes, Barbara, and stamp carving is one of those things I really would like to try. Thank you, honey. I really appreciate that. Mike said I sound froggy. Am I sounding froggy to you? He didn't answer me. He didn't hear me. There are also, then you would also have a whole bunch of letters. If you had them already, you would have the letters and you could see when you were low on E's. You're in craft jail. Susan, how did you get in craft jail? Yeah, love, dream, inspire, wonder, create. Oh, I like art and play. Those are great, Barb. Excuse me just a minute. Okay, that I can deal with later. Barbara, I think that would be the best. I would like my stamps, if I wanted words, I would like them to be what do I want? My words are gone. I would like them to look like they were handmade. I have stamps coming out my ears that I do not use because they just don't suit my style anymore. You know, I have tons and tons of Stampin' Up! Stamps that just are sitting here being ignored. Okay, I have to remember how to spell this word though. N-S-P-I. I need R. Oh, she doesn't clean up, so she is in craft jail. Susan, that's why I have a space all by myself. My poor husband is the one that is so very neat, and I am such a mess. Okay, that little S does not show up very well, so we're going to take it out, and we're going to put this one in. And I hope I spelled that word right. But I like the ransom letters. I really do. I think they're a really cool way to do your words. I mean, I use them. I did do an ATC the other day, and I used some stamps, some little stamps I had. I think, though, back when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for a while, so, you know, I have a lot of stamps. And they just, a lot of them were designed to make cards with, and they're not really art stamps. And I'm trying to purge, but at the same time it's hard because I think, oh, maybe I'll want that, and then I go, no, you're not going to want that. I have put a whole bunch of stuff in a box. And the other thing is I haven't touched stamps in a long time because I was doing only beads. So, oh, Beth's going. Bye, Beth. We'll see you later, Beth. I'm glad you could come and play. Yeah, Lisa. But I have to have a space, or I would be in serious trouble because Jeffrey's the neat person and I am the messy one. His space in the barn is always just really neat. And okay, Becky's going to drive, guys. Be careful, Becky. I want to crook it a little. There we go. I do not like it when I forget on Sundays to get my washcloth ready, because then my fingers get all sticky and I don't, it's harder to get them dried out. Cleaned off, not dried out, cleaned off. That, and I don't like this glue stick. Uh-oh. There we go. Well, hello, Dawn. Aha. Well, Susan, you know. Okay, Patricia, bye-bye. Oh, she's not leaving. She's saying after a while, crocodile to Becky and Beth. Okay, where did my good pencil go? Here we go. I do like, and I don't know that you can see it real well, I like the pencil around and then adding the black after. It came out real good. And this pencil's really sharp too. Uh-oh, my chat is not all the way down. Oh goodness, guys, you've been chatting. Yeah, Barbara, we could forget that best. Oh, Dawn, I do not wish you that at all. I know about the. Yeah, guys. At least my dining room table was cleaned off for a few days. I think there's cardboard sitting on it right now. Jeffrey cut up a box for me. Um, right before Christmas, my mom's television went, so we had to buy her a new TV, which is a good thing when she ended up where she couldn't see because she hasn't had much to do but watch TV. And she said if she watched any more TV, it was going to kill her. I finally tried to teach her how to use YouTube so she could at least watch something different. And but Jeff cut up the TV box for me because there's just giant pieces of cardboard in it. So well, Dawn, I'm glad to hear that. Um, I clean my studio up all the time, but then I managed to make a total mess of it within 5 minutes of cleaning it up. That's my problem. And I really, really, really wanted to finish that Lori Marie challenge and be done with it. And so I've kind of neglected some other stuff. So there's piles. I kind of have to clean up every so often because I have to have space to do my bead stuff. So you guys made me decide I have to make a letter book now. I just have to make a letter and word book. Oh. There we go. There's number 2. And now we can work on number 3. You know what? A 5-year-old. We need... Susan, I can. It's hard to do by myself. It's something I'm going to have to get Jeff to help me with. The thing about bead making is that I have a torch. You know, I'm working with something that's around 12 to 1400 degrees, and to be able to see that and set up, I can't get up. Once I light the torch, I can't do anything. So I can't adjust the camera. I can't do any of those things. So it's one of those things I need to ask Jeff to help me with, and he's been real busy, and I haven't wanted to ask him to do that. So it is on my calendar or agenda of stuff. I just have not I have not wanted to interrupt his work, what he's doing, to try to do that. Clothes I have no problem getting rid of. I get rid of clothes. I have sort of a thing about clothes. I am not a clothes person, so I don't have a lot of clothes. I don't have a lot of shoes. I have more shoes now than I've ever had in my life, which I think I have about 3 pair, maybe 4. Um, I have never been one to have a lot um, of fancy clothes. I have clothes that I have now because I thought that I needed things to just be a little bit dressier. Some of them are going to go real soon too. So my closet's kind of empty, but I have too much fabric and I have too much art stuff. I got rid of a lot of books a couple of years ago. I've got books that I just sorted books the other day that I'm going to see about getting rid of a bunch of them too. Okay. All right, Susan, I will ask him. The girls said please. Okay. Yeah, Lisa. For starters, about the only thing in my closet anymore is blue jeans. And I do keep a lot of work clothes. Work being things I cannot wear in public. The clothes I wear to torch in have to be cotton, and if they're not, I won't wear them because it's just too dangerous. If a piece of hot glass sits on a piece of polyester, it melts, and I will tell you, the first time that happened to me, it was not fun. So I have really ratty jeans. I have some really ratty jeans. I do have some leggings that I wear now because I wear longer shirts and like out to dinner and stuff. Marie Kondo's series on Netflix. That sounds interesting, Barbara. Huh, I need to write that down. Dawn, yeah, I started doing that a while back when we were living in the camper because in the camper the leggings take up less room than they take up less room than jeans do. So I had a little more room. But I had my entire wardrobe in the camper. So, I don't have a lot of clothes. Which is fine by me. I don't need many. I can only wear so many at a time. Oh, that's another orange one. I want something different. That's the other thing about this. You have to find all the letters. If we had them cut out, I could have had that word done by now. Yeah, that would be good, Jerry. I got rid of so many bags of denim when we moved from South Dakota. I had all kinds of bags of denim. The I really had to reduce the amount of stuff that we moved. I couldn't make Jeff move all that stuff, so I got rid of a lot of stuff. Barbara, but I've heard that when you touch everything, the thing you throw out are the bills. So, you know, I'm sure you've heard that. Yeah, Susan, when I have to move the same thing twice, that really bothers me. I need a new E. Okay. I like this E. Okay. How about that? I'm about to get this one done. I like that, Lisa. It's good when you have your kids trained really well. He's well trained if that's what he does. Yeah. Now, there again, you know, I have a drawer full of t-shirts, and I have a whole drawer because a lot of my t-shirts are 20 or 30 years old, honestly. But they're 100% cotton. And believe it or not, some of that stuff's hard to find. So I have this drawer, and they are ratty, and I don't care because they're for working in. So well, Patricia, you know, it's like I told you guys that I have a box for my junk mail, and I have a box for my envelopes, and I've let it grow a little more than it should because of this project. I need to go through it and get rid of some of them, but I've been using so many of these envelopes that I didn't want to get rid of them and not have what I needed for this particular project. So I do have to sort of eliminate a little bit. How's everybody doing with their tags? And their silly words. Barbara, my mother did that for my husband. My husband has always collected t-shirts, and we had a lot of t-shirts, and he had a bunch, and I made him reduce his stack. And when he did, I sort of snitched them and hid them from him. And my mother made him a quilt. It's on our bed. She said it was the hardest thing she's ever made. But iron-on interfacing is the way to go. Yep. Yeah, Patricia, shoebox, and if by having a shoebox full of the envelopes, then that's it. I can't have any more. Okay, Mary's got 4. Okay. Well, hello, Sherry. The Shannon Green, actually, she was the first person that I saw say something about the fact that she had a tub for, I also have a box, it's a big cereal box, for all of my cereal box type cardboard. It's, if it outgrows that, I can't keep it. So far, it hasn't outgrown that because I can usually go through that kind of cardboard pretty fast. But that keeps it in line. It means I don't end up with overflowing of one particular thing. What I have to do is find homes for all of that stuff. That's it, Barbara. Mom, the t-shirts Jeff had, Mom said the blocks were not all the right size. So she had more trouble the trouble was to get the blocks to be the right size. Yeah, Patricia, it helps to control your stash. It really does. Like I said, I have a pile. I have piles in my storage room. I should not have, but I do. Part of that is time, and part of that is trying to find places to put stuff. I need to just take the time to just organize, and I don't do that a lot. I have, so many things going that, and then it seems like every time I go to take a day to do that, something happens and I end up not getting to do what I planned. So, and that's just life. We've spent a lot of time this last month and a half trying to get the RV situation dealt with, and we've been that's a stressful thing. So okay. Uh-oh, I missed something. Okay, yeah. Okay, I missed something. Yes, Jerry, that's the container thing, is to keep one container of what it is, and if it's more than that, get rid of it. Now, I have more than one container of paint because I I used coupons and stuff, and so I've got extra paint right now. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to get rid of it. It just means that I need to not buy any more until I have. Yeah, that's it, Janet. Sherry, yeah, we are finishing up our tags, and yeah, I've been here 3 hours, so you missed a bit. She used sashing. Yes, and that's what Mom did, Barbara. She first off, she took all of the blocks that were close to the same size, made them the same size, and then took all of the other blocks. So there's like different rows in this quilt, and it came out beautiful. Okay, I missed something here. I'm scrolling back in chat, guys. Oh, Patricia, I don't have that. Nope. Okay, I'm lost on chat, guys. I'll be there in a minute. Okay, Lisa, bye-bye. We'll see you later. Yeah, I'm gonna show. I'll pull the Sherry. I'll pull the gum wrapper belly band out in just a second. You don't need less stuff. You need more shells. Well, that's not always. It always doesn't always work, Susan. When there's no room in the studio for more shells. That'll be awesome, Barbara. Yeah, Patricia. I don't have. I have 30-year-old clothes, but they're ones I wear. So. Okay, now then I think I'm caught up. Well, I have my son's curlies from his first haircut, but they're in a photo on the wall. Okay, I was going to go back to, I lost my belly band. My tags need strings, but I can do that in a minute. So, Sherry, we made this belly band, and I've got another one I'm working on, so I'll kind of show you what it is. If I can find my pieces, there they are. If you made these with gum wrappers back in the day, and see, it's just glued on as a belly band. We made these with gum wrappers, and what we did was we cut magazine pages that are 4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. My folks moved after I got out of college, so they got rid of a lot of stuff too. But my mother is slowly getting rid of more. Janet just posted 1 3/4 by 4, and then you fold in half, and then you fold the edges in like so, and fold long ways. Give me a second, I'll bring this back in again a little bit. Yeah, eventually we have to get rid of some stuff. Jeff and I are talking about getting rid of furniture that just kind of clutters up the house, but a lot of it is really old and has been in families for a long time, and that's hard to do. Okay, so then once we get it to this point, we've got these, on one side it has 4 little sort of pieces. On the other side it's got a whole bunch. So I always work with the side that's got just the 4. And I take this, and I have this that's just the 4, and the 4's on the bottom, and I just slip this in like so. and up and through, and sometimes you have to really kind of wiggle them to get them to go in there. And you pull this through like so. It's a gum wrapper technique. We got rid of a lot too, Jerry, but we had a lot of antiques, so we did move them. So there's that, and then you just do another one. And I just picked random pieces that were relatively colored in the magazine. I just random colors of and you fold it in half again. Well, Susan, that's great. I'm so glad. And then, Sherry, we made tags with ransom letters. They're going to go in our belly band. And I'm going to finish my tags up as soon as I get this piece. I want to put the strings in my tags. And you can use any kind of heavy thread. You can use your plastic bag yarn. I've been using old embroidery floss because I have a ton of it. Then I don't embroider anymore. My mother's got a whole bunch of it. She doesn't embroider that kind of way anymore, so this is just a bag of stuff. This was actually in Jeff's mother's stash. So cool. Okay, I need to, before everybody starts to disappear, you need to have, for next time, I want you to have your little metal tabs. And then I want you to have your dryer sheets if you've got them. Some plastic packaging like this if you've got it. If this is not heavy, this, I don't know, something else was tucked in it. And maybe a giant window envelope. I'm going to do the same thing with all three of these things, so if you don't have all three of those, that's okay. Just try to have as many of those things as you can, and that way you'll have things that you to use. Like I said, I just been using this embroidery floss because it's a good thing to use up. Okay, Barbara, I'm going to do the I'm going to make my I'm going to give my tags some strings. Sorry. Some little pulls for my tags. Just 1 second. They're about 10 inches long, roughly. I don't usually measure. I'm going to fold the strings in half, and I'm going to put them, the folded part, through the hole, and then I open that folded part up and I grab the tails and I have some little strings, and then I just pull on it until it pulls down snug. And a lot of times I trim this off because I made that a little long. It just gives my tag some little, and I think that's a little long, but the next one I'll make a little shorter. Okay, I'll show you how you use the belly band. Give me 1 second. We can put our tags right in here like so. Now you can put them in this way because these are small enough, but you can also put it in, you know, just upright. Like so. I'll get my tags all done. It's to hold things in your book. Tassels, thank you. Tassels would be good. Thank you, Janet. I really liked how they came out. Of course, I am just loving this book. I think the book is so much fun. I wish I had more time to get the other videos done, but you know, they'll get done when they get done. In the meantime, everybody just has to watch the lives. I'm going to make my tails on this one a little shorter. I think that tail was a little long. Yeah, it just adds that little tidbit of color and texture to the tags. Yeah. You could use yarn. You could use crochet thread. I'm just using this because I got it. And I didn't want to I wanted to use something readily available. What lots of people find you can find this at the thrift stores a lot. It's not expensive if you have to buy brand new. There. That one got a little long. Okay, that's 2. And I'll do one with blue. Yeah. Now, guys, I have been saving these little tiny pieces of thread. Which that was dumb. I just threw some away. Oh. I have a project I'm going to do with those down the road. But you can also... Let me see if I can find a piece of ephemera of some sort. Okay, I'm just going to make up a piece of ephemera. But see if I had this on my tag, then I could just put my little piece of... my little embellishment on top of it, and it makes like a little nest of texture. So don't throw those away. Thank you, Jerry. Yep, Barbara, glued on top and bottom. This is just glued on top and on bottom, and it's just open in the middle. So that it's called a belly band. Now you can also do them across your page, and remember that this is 2 pages actually, because it goes in your signature like so. So sometimes, like, you could put it on this one this way, and maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll put that one, I'll finish that one up and put it on that way. The idea is just to have some place to tuck stuff. These are not good pages to necessarily write on, so if we have our tags that you could write on in your journal, you have that belly band to hold the tags in. Well, I got those kind of short, kind of long, kind of short. I need another piece though. It's not quite enough. There we go. Well, Carl, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Susan. Thanks, Barbara. Oh, yeah, I know, Jerry. There again, make yourself a little container of that. Now, I have a baggie beside my sewing machine. Uh-oh, that didn't... I missed a loop, guys. If you don't get them through all the loops, things will pull out. I have a baggie that's taped to the table right beside my sewing machine, and I keep my threads and things in there. So those things, once the baggie gets full, you can't save anymore. There you go. Pick a container. It doesn't need to be a big container, and only save that much. Okay. All right, so we have that is all of our tags are in there, but now let's finish up this belly band, and I'm going to put this one this direction. I haven't heard from Mary. How are you doing on yours, Mary? Oh dear, I'm an enabler. That's not good. An enabler. Well, that'll be cool, Mary. We'll see if I can get up early. When I want to get up early, I actually sleep, and when I don't want to get up early, I'm awake at 3 o'clock. Yeah, Janet, or Patricia, I am. Yep. It's not hoarding if it's clean, if it's neat. That's the deal. If it's neat, it's not hoarding. However, mine is not neat. My laundry room, my storage room looks like a hoarder's. You can barely walk through there. And I started doing something with my fabric, so the spare bedroom looks like a disaster. I have moved most of my fabric underneath this table. This table is 4 foot by 8 foot, and of course you can't use anything towards the back of it, so I bought furniture roller mover things, and the boxes are on furniture movers, and therefore I can get the boxes out, and yet it utilizes the space under the table. So, but I was moving it, and things got stopped because of something, so now the spare bedroom is a total disaster, because I was going through the fabric at the same time trying to sort it out a little bit. When we moved, I kind of condensed boxes, and I just kind of made a mess. I had all my fabric pretty neat, and now it's not. Okay, come on. Come on. That one does not want to come through there. Sometimes that happens. You kind of got to give it. Do you guys go to the movies? We don't go very often. I mean, we haven't been to the movies in years. Shoe store and acid for the shoe boxes they're throwing out. Ooh, Janet, I hadn't thought about going to the store and asking. Thank you, Dawn. Oh yeah, Mary, I just watch the replay, but it's fun to be on your lives in the morning too. I'll have to try that. I've got pizza boxes. I used to keep my rubber stamps in pizza boxes. And I just went to the pizza restaurant and asked for empty boxes, and we didn't have too much trouble getting them. I mean, I didn't get a bunch at one time. I got a couple at a time, and Susan, these are actually they have casters. They're rollers. They're wooden frames on rollers. I got them from Harbor Freight, and so it's basically like putting boxes on casters. And I can stack 2 boxes high plus a little bit of other stuff underneath this table on them. I actually have my paints that sit beside me. They're on one, and I have some other stuff underneath this table that, like my my cutting dies and stuff are in a box too. Jerry, we went to see Aquaman. We have not been to the movies, but friends of ours who we hadn't seen very much lately called and asked if we wanted to go with them. So we went to see Aquaman. It is not the movie I would have gone to the theater to see, but it was what they wanted to see. So I need a couple more pages. Oh, look at those letters. Those are good letters. Oh, and there's... It was a good movie, but it was not something I would have gone to the theater and paid for. So... give me just a second. Jeffrey? Anyways, they're like a square of wood, Susan, with casters on all 4 corners. Check out Harbor Freight. You can look at them online, and then take a look at, and there's 2 sizes. These ones I bought were smalls. Small ones. Take a look at Harbor Freight online and see if you can find them, the pictures of them. They're just like a frame of wood. It's cheaper than buying casters if you need casters for something. If you watch, they're on sale. I think they're normally about $10 a piece, Susan, and I got these for $7 or so. Patricia, oh no, oh no. I missed something. Yeah, Susan, you can store a bunch of stuff under there if you know, because I've got 3 in this table. There's 3 layers of boxes, and I'm still sitting underneath the table without touching them. Oh, that was good. Well, those are not. Oh, tips for hoarding. Yes, that's true. That is true. Patricia? Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to tell you, I had a whole closet filled with boxes in South Dakota. We had a basement there, and so I had all the fabric that I used to use all the time. I had tons of fabric, and I did get rid of a lot of fabric. I gave 8 full great big garbage bags to a friend. I had little tiny pieces that I'm so unhappy I got rid of now, because I wish I had them, of small itty bitty pieces that I thought, okay, I'm not going to use those, and now that's the stuff I would like to have for my journals, and I don't have it because Jeff actually took fabric to the dump. I was so bad. It might be, Susan, as far as about $7 a piece, but for 4 casters, if you buy casters, they're easy $3 and $4 a piece. Yep, Janet, I threw it away. I did not want to make him try to move it. We were living in the RV. I didn't have room for it. Now, that does not mean I don't have plenty of fabric still, but it's just the pieces I wish I had for that particular. Some of that was just, and a lot of what I gave to my friend was smaller pieces and stuff in upholstery fabric, that kind of thing. Yep, Patricia, to the dump. I couldn't find anybody else that wanted what I had, so, and it was small pieces. I had I used to do a lot of sewing for charities, different things. We made bears, dressed bears for Salvation Army, and we sewed for the babies at the hospital. We sewed frustration dolls for cancer patients, and so I had a lot of scrap that people had given to me over time, because I would use a lot of that, especially for the frustration dolls. And I had friends that upholstered fabric or upholstered furniture, and they had given me a ton of scrap. So anything that was reasonably sized, I was able to get rid of. The smaller pieces I took to the dump. Yep, Jerry. This particular, there's some stuff that I just wish I had not gotten rid of. It's like, oh well. If I ever use up everything I have and have to go buy a new piece, oh well. That's it, Jerry. I have to use what I have. Yes, Jerry, that's another thing. Not using something because, oh, this is too nice to use. I have a bunch of handmade paper that it's been on the shelf for ages. I can't find it right now. I'm sure I did not get rid of it, but as soon as I find it, it's going into a journal, because I've had it for ages, then I haven't used it. Yes, Susan, if I've given it to someone that they can use it, that's all the more better. almost done with my second belly band. And two, Jerry, I have somehow accumulated things that I have 2 and 3 of certain things. Like, okay, colored pencils. First off, I'm not real fond of colored pencils. But my dad had a set and Mom gave them to me, so then I had 2 sets. Then the other thing is that both of those sets are not really the high-end ones. So when I wanted to do jewelry and use colored pencils on metal, I had to go get another set. So, it's like, okay, I have this stuff, I need to use it. And if not, I need to give it away. And I have been doing some of that, which is a good thing. Well, that's true. Jerry, that if we have to pay for storage on something, and, in all honesty, Jeff and I are paying for storage on this furniture we're keeping because we bought a house big enough to hold it. That's something you have to consider. And your daughter, in some respects, is very right. Yes, Patricia, it is. That's the fun part of lives. If I wouldn't do lives if you guys didn't talk to me. Now, I hope that what do you call that thing that she's using? The next door neighbor blows the leaves off her driveway when she gets 2 leaves on her driveway, and she's out there doing it again. Almost. They're nice people next door, but she is a neat freak when it comes to the driveway. I wouldn't use the gasoline to blow the leaves off the driveway. Okay. I need one more, and I have one more cut. How about that? My throat's starting. I find it's not so easy to play and keep up with chat. Oh, Carl, that's all right. That's right, Barbara, because as soon as it rains, it's going to be right back in her driveway. And it's supposed to rain again tonight, and it will blow right back on her driveway. Carl, that's true. Moving my computer to where I can see it when I work helps. Now, I can't type, so if I'm watching Lisa or Becky or Mary, it's hard for me to type and work. And she's on her glass belly band. Yay! I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. Oh, well. Carl, you did good catching up then. Well, there you go. The other thing that she does is she sweeps the water off her driveway.
And Barbara, if you don't think that's a silly thing, because I can guarantee you the water's going to go right back on her driveway the minute it rains. Okay, I've got my second belly band done. Now, one of the things you want to be careful of, oh, you know what? I'm taking one piece back out. I didn't think about that. You need to be careful not to put your belly band, this one, this way, in too close to the fold, because you've got to be able to either stitch it or hold it in. So you don't want to get this, the fold is right here. Let me see where the fold is. Right there. I don't want to go any closer. I want to have that little bit of space between there and the fold. Okay, I missed something. Okay, bye, Mary. Okay, Mindy said something that I missed. Oh, that would be fun, Mindy. Uh-huh. Yeah, that would be fun. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Bye, Mary. Yes, it was good to have Janet back. I'm so glad she was feeling up to it. I'm going to glue this one down. Mary, we'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm just putting glue inside this. If you didn't catch that the first time, Barbara, I think it was Barbara, that I glued the two end pieces together before I glued this down. It just, that way you're sure that it doesn't come apart. And then I'm going to just put glue on, and I'm just using tacky glue. Now that does shorten up the middle for the belly band, but at the same time, then it stays on good. You're not worried about it coming off. And Deborah's got it. Yay! So we have two belly bands and some tags to go in our belly bands. Yay! And for next time, guys, don't forget you need your, okay, I've lost them. I want you to have your little metal things. Now, like I said, these come off my vegetable cans, but several people have said they're cat food, things like that. These came off of the pop cans, just a standard pop can, soda can. I happen to like these just because I like the shape of them better, and I will probably use these at the same time. Whatever you have will work. And then you need the dryer sheets, or something similar. Some kind of see-through fabric would work. This kind of plastic packaging, or one of these envelopes that is great big. Any one of these things will work. Like I said, I'm going to basically do the same thing with all three things, so that you have options if you don't have something. Oh yeah, Barbara, jelly print would be fun this way. Uh-huh. It would be so fun. And I'm really pleased with the tags. I am really, really pleased with the tags. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you. Okay, I want to remind everybody that's here now that, okay, I'm looking for it, just a second. to make sure you think about doing the Altoid tin challenge. You still have a couple of weeks. I haven't gotten mine done. There's only accepts the envelope. Okay, and Deborah, if you don't have that envelope, it's not a big deal because, like I said, I'm going to do it 3 ways so that you can try it different ways. Think about joining this, and it's one of those things. I am going to do a video. I do plan on doing mine. I just have not gotten it done. And you don't have to do a video, though. Jocelyn has posted a couple in her in the group. Deborah, did you post some too? Was it you or Laura? I think it might have been Laura. I can't remember. My brain has gotten squishy. So think about doing that. I will be finishing, the last video should be up tomorrow for this. This is my December challenge from Lori Marie Jenkins. And I think that's everything, guys. And I've been on here almost 4 hours, so I'm going to see about getting ready to go. Unless somebody has a question, I'm going to read a quote from my 1001 Ways to Creativity. No, I like this one. Can you say what? The ultimate changes. Jerry, did you see Janet's got a post? You can do anything you want with a tin. Just a minute, I have some more tins. Oh, that's good. I now have tins on the floor. Let me move this. Jerry, you can do anything you want. And it does not have to be an Altoids tin. I have just a little tin, okay? I have many kinds of little tins here. I haven't actually decided what I'm going to do with mine. You can do anything you want. There's been a couple of really interesting ones posted in the group. And thank you so much, Janet. I really want to work on this one. I've been wanting to work on this one for a long time. I don't care what it is. It's just to do something with an Altoid tin. Some kind of mixed media thing. You can make it useful. You can make it not useful. One of the things I've always wanted to do is make a little book to go in this. Jocelyn, I think, made a little book to go in one of her bigger tins. So that's the challenge. Patricia, these tiny ones are adorable, and this happens to be one of my favorite mints, but they're hard to find. The last time I got any, and whenever I find them, I buy them out because this is my favorite mint. I found them at Hobby Lobby of all places. The small wintergreen Altoids are totally different than the big ones. They taste totally different. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why, but they are. So, Jerry, if you feel like it, it'd be fun if you'd play along. If you wanted to play along, I just leave it open for the month of January. I don't care if you do it later. It's just a little challenge. Just, hey guys, you want to do this thing? So, okay, I was going to read you this before I went, unless somebody has another question. Creative people know that there is no such thing as perfection, and that's okay. Oh, Janet, yes, a baby shadow box. That's oh, I can't wait to see it, Janet. Guys, I'm going to go. I hope you had fun. I'm sure glad you came. Spent the time with me. I have to go figure out what I'm going to fix for dinner. I do not know, so I'm going to say bye, guys. Bye-bye. I'll see you all next Sunday. And actually, I'll see you tomorrow night at Lisa's Live. And bye, Mindy. Don't forget Lisa's Live tomorrow night at 7:30, I think. I don't know. My neighbors are hooting and hollering out there. Have the fun rest of the day. Play, have fun. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.